Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's Messages of Love from Above. So excited to see what messages are going to be coming through today from Spirit. I'm on a little early. Do you need to bug out at the latest 1 p.m. Mountain Time just to prepare for an appointment this afternoon? So I'm here early. Surprise! But before we get started into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, as always, I welcome that. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together and send love out. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And we just let that love fill up our own heart till it fills it up and overflows and flows out to the world, surrounding the globe in a giant ball of love, touching every heart, sparking it higher and higher to that unconditional love, that higher vibration, bringing in capital T truths, removing fears, bringing clarity. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love in this moment for your own mind, your body, your heart, a situation, a relationship, a loved one, whatever that may be, we send love to you right now. Just take it in like a giant sponge, like a tree or plant takes in the beautiful sunlight from the sun. Let it fill your body, fill your life, and overflow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing me the space for that. And before we get into the readings, I do want to make sure everyone knows every Monday I have a giveaway. And on Tuesdays, I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the next Monday, what you need to do to get into the drawing, and any other giveaway news. This one, I'm actually giving away two um, readings. There's an extra way to get in an extra different drawing. So be sure to check out the video if you're interested in getting into that. And of course, for the month of July, bruddaZEN's having a crazy Zen sale, 50% off my Hedges of Peace and Love. If you haven't had one of those before, it is quite the experience. So you can check out that link there to see what that is all about. And then I'm also half off my personal recorded readings where you send me your questions. I record it, upload it in a private link, and you get to watch it as much as you want. And they're amazing. If you think these come in clear, those are even more so because I'm zeroing in particularly on you for at least, I have 15-minute readings, 30, 45, an hour. So I'm focused all on just you during that time. So those are pretty cool. And all the how to book a reading and all that stuff is also listed in the description box of the video down below. And then each week I put out at least one pick a card reading. This week's was how can we transform our anger? And that's when we're ready. There's never a right or wrong when it comes to any emotion we feel. But when we're done feeling lower vibrational emotional energy, we have a choice to be able to change that. So if you ever get to that point um, where you're ready to let that go and experience something different, then that is a great reading. And I have a ton of pick a cards. So if you ever want more messages of love from spirit, if you check out my main channel, I have a ton of free content. So you can check it out. And then this morning we put out a new Take 10 with Zen, where I put out a video. I've been doing it for this is episode 6, so for 6 weeks, where we take a video of 10 minutes or less. That's the 10, Take 10 with Zen. And we talk about how to connect with spirit, how to connect to your higher self, and I answer questions for my subscribers too. So be sure to check that out. This one is like, you know, the last two were about fate, and this is the last one, as I say, for now, is our death fated? So dun dun dun, you can find out. All right. So that is what I wanted to share for now. Let me just take a quick screenshot here. Knock on wood. YouTube's been really good about not deleting comments, but of course, I feel like maybe it's my energy when I stop doing a screenshot. That's when they're like, "Ha ha! I deleted them again." So we don't want to do that. So let me just do that and then get my desktop all set up here, and we will get into the readings. All right, see, they're all there. Yay! All right. So let me just get my screen here where I can see everything. Let me just move that over a little. There we go. Pretty. All right. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. We've got a great group of individuals with huge hearts and or huge senses of humor. Many of them have both, which is great because that's a great combo. Everyone's wondering, which one am I? You guys are all of it. You know, you love to laugh. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here. So, how the free readings work though is I go down in order. First come, first serve down the chat. The chat is a list. There's no special list. That's it. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or guidance. Spirit knows what you're wanting, and so they will answer there. If anyone makes a donation, though, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings. So I step outside of the free readings. I dive deeper into those two, pull some extra cards. And then when I'm done, I go back into the free readings and move down the list. I try to get through as many as I can. I'm usually on for a couple hours, sometimes a little longer. But within those 2 hours, I try to get through as many free readings as I can. If you do want to make sure I get to yours, a donation of any amount does prioritize it. I don't have like a set dollar amount right now. Who knows in the future? I try not to look into the future as a tarot reader. Haha, but a bunch. But I don't know what's going on. I think it's Leo season tomorrow. So we're feeling that Leo energy already. Yay. So happy birthday early to all you Leos. But back on track. So I don't have a set dollar amount. So whatever you feel you're able to give, I know everyone's finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet. So whatever you're able to give, I do honor that and know that that's from your heart. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. If you have other options in the description box of the video and the pinned comment at the top. I have my Venmo and my Cash App. Both of those don't charge any fees currently, so I get the full donation with those. But there's also PayPal, Square, and like I said, the super chat. All of those have a fee that those companies take. But whatever is most convenient for you is totally cool. So that is what I have, I believe. I am going to be using the Good Tarot today. It's all great tarot. Just happens to be called the Good Tarot. And I do have a donation. So we will start off with that, and then we will jump into the free readings. So, hey, Random, thank you so much for your donation. Good to see you. Yay. All right. Hey, buddy. So you're going to watch the video. Okay, so your recorded video that you purchased. Very good. And then you email. Okay. So you want to ask Spirit about Travis. Will he start his healing journey at home or away? All right. Let's see what we got here. Wow. Well, we've got the Four of Cups. The Four is a very solid foundation. It's emotional stability. Four reminds me of home, though. Like the Four of Pentacles reminds me of home. Um, I do want to clarify that real quick here because these other cards show that it's a slow process that they're going through here, which I'll show you here in a sec. But I just want to confirm here. There we go. Cards are flying everywhere. Yeah, it kind of feels homey a little bit because I wanted to clarify it. They got new passion, new drive, a higher calling. So their spirit is calling them here, but it doesn't feel like a way with these cards. It just feels like, well, correct that. They start off at home, but then I feel they are called away here. This new passion, this new drive. Because as I was saying that, they're like, "Word." So I feel like they start off at home, but then they do kind of step away because I feel like this calling feels called away to um, ignite more. Because, I mean, look at this. We've got the seven of earth, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. We've got the messenger of earth, the king of, I'm sorry, the knight of pentacles. So slowest moving knight. All this is the patience cards, right? And here's the temptation. Here's the devil card, the focusing of looking at all of our, beliefs, all those things, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts. There's all this that happens in there. So I feel like they start at home, but then I do feel like they're called away. Let me see here. But all that, it feels like it takes a long time. So they've got some deep wounds. Yeah. And then they come back home. So the four of earth, like I said, the card that represents home for me. So I feel like they start at home, they're called away, and then they come back home. So um, that is what they have there for you. Interesting, but um, and let me just make sure here if you have any follow-up questions on that. Let me see if there's anything else here for that here. Yeah. So I got the messenger of fire, which is the knight of wands, which is the fastest moving knight of them all. Um, okay, so yeah, so that this would say yes, that there's action and movement. Um, then because they knew already. I felt like you had another question, and so they wanted me to pull that. So that's your answer. He's supposed to be back in 2 weeks. Does spirit say him returning then? Yes. Yes. It'll be before you know it, right? It's just gonna be whoosh, and then here they are. So that is what I feel is coming through there. I know, right? Yay! So I like it. So it does feel though like it it takes a bit of time um, with all those other cards. So uh, maybe that's how he feels. It's taking forever, or how you feel. I feel like probably you're more so. Wow, that went by fast because you kind of enjoy your alone time, don't you, these days? All right. And so that is what, yeah, that's definitely him. Yeah. So that is what they have for you, random. So thank you again for your donation, and I'll look for your email once you get to that point there. All right. And then I have another donation. Mia, thank you so much for your donation. Good to see you. Um, you are welcome. Sorry, didn't mean to quench my cough drop in there, clearing up my morning sinuses. So, hello, dear Mia. Nice to see you as well. And you want to know, will what you've written to F touch his heart and him really feel what you expressed? What will he truly feel for you? All right, let's take a look here. See what response they have to that. Wow, these cards so full of energy. Must be this Leo Sun energy. And we got Venus retrograde happening tomorrow. What else? We got the Venus, not the Venus, the Chiron is going retrograde on Sunday. I think there's a Chiron is the wounded warrior. So some reflection on healing, some reflection on love, and Leo energy. Dun dun dun. Sounds like it's going to be a fun weekend. Use the energy well. Oh, okay, wow. Well, speaking of Leo energy, let's see what we got here. Okay, and beautiful. So Leo energy, we've got Leo the sun, ruled by the sun. So there is this brightness, this joy, this feeling. It brings a lot of light into that. So I feel like um, they are going to. It is going to spark. It is going to, like, and shine light on how you feel, but also on how they feel. They. I feel like are they an air sign? Got King of Air, which also rules over air. All the kings are given a second portion of air, so they're masters of the mind. So they will think and think and think and think and go into their head. But it does also bring emotional stability. So it does touch, they have this wonderful emotional balance feeling coming in, and the Six of Pentacles, which is this balanced feel. So I feel like they're like, oh, wow, they feel a lot the same here with you here. And I like that. So great energies coming in. And then um, we've got the Emperor. And here, more of this, we got a lot of lions in this right now. I know. Ooh. So the Emperor is them choosing, stepping up. It's Aries, new beginning, action, energy, where there are, rather than listening to a lot of other people, excuse me, they are choosing for themselves what they want to do. Do, do, do. Here's the lion again, but Lover's card. So definitely there's this love that they're realizing and that I feel they're willing to express. Now we do have, I know all of that, you're like, stop, no other cards. But we've got the Messenger of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight. So it does move forward, but it doesn't like, hey, let's get married tomorrow, type of thing. It's like allow it to unfold, because when that's happening, of course, you know, um, that means that whenever things are going slow, we've got this opportunity to raise our own love vibration. And that's whenever we get a patience card coming in, it is for us time for us to connect, focus on this beautiful, eternal, unconditional love from above that fills us up, and it also expands our ability to give and receive love to the humans, right? So, right? Always. Well, not it won't always be always. But the more the more we focus on our own love, right? The faster it happens. So, um, whenever we're focusing on what we're missing and things aren't moving fast enough, that's our lower vibrational energy. The missingness, the trying to control things outside of our control, and all of that stuff. There's like this um this energy that weighs it down like an anchor. And then, we've got if we focus on what we're grateful for and on our self-love, that raises the love vibration, and that brings in things faster. So that's usually like it's a sign of hope, because yeah, when we get like it's going to be a while, we're like, no, like, but while you're in the waiting room, if you want the paint to dry faster and speed things up, you can do this. Oh, okay, I have something to do in the waiting room, so I like that. So that is what is coming in there for you. All right. And thank you again so much for your donation. Um, Thankfully, LA, it did not, erase on my side. Shoo, shoo! So I still have it on my side. For now, knock on wood, but I do have screenshots in case, so we are good. Yes, absolutely, you're very welcome, Mia, Mia, and much love to you. Hang in there. Yeah, and you asked, he will have clarity. All of that, bright, shining sunlight, it shines light onto everything in their life, including the cobwebs, but they do have clarity, with all that, the night I mean, the king of, air, they have a lot of clarity of mind especially, so I like that. That's where that emperor comes into. The emperor is, like, listening to a lot of people's opinions and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. The emperor at some point goes, "All right, everybody, I had enough. Everyone can step out. I'm deciding for me." And then the rest of that is what he decides. So I like it. Bada boom, bada boom. All right. So I think that's it for my donations right now. I know. Yay. All right. So up first, we have SK for the first free reading. All right, and thank you for liking, and that's great for to start off because I always forget. I get so caught up in the readings, I forget to thank you guys for all the thumbs up that you give the video because it's something free you can do, which is a great price, right? But it does so much for so little because the YouTube algorithm loves up just it eats up all those likes, and it wants to share the videos of my channel with other people. So you get to help spread the Zen love and be part of the love tsunami. So thank you so much for doing that. All right. SK, what did Niarika Tolua think about you today in college when she saw you? All right. All right, Shrey, thank you so much. Let's take a look here. See what they thought of you. Well, they did have thinking. Well, definitely a lot of thinking because we've got both the Page of Air and the Knight of Air, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. A lot of um this is the sword suit, which is thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So they have new thoughts and changing thoughts, positive energy, though. So when they saw you today, they just were changing their minds. I mean, they're just kind of like, hmm, I feel like they saw a different side of you today. There must have been something in the air, the energy, how you acted, something you were doing. It just they looked at you differently in a positive way. They were just like, "Huh, okay. So there's this little the little, whatever what they call them, the little, the cranks are going like in a clock, whatever they call those things. Um, things are moving in their brain. So it's positive stuff though. So I like that SK. So there is this, changing of some thoughts. The things are progressing, things are moving. Where they're headed, we don't know yet, but it got things going. So I like it. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. You are welcome. All right. So divinely protected. Hello, hello. Is it in your best interest to give the LTP exercise outlined in the handbook? Psychic tarot or regular tarot? Or yes or no? um, I feel like the psychic tarot, the psychic tarot loves you. So we're gonna pull from there. So we got disruption here, which is the tower card in the standard tarot. So we'll look at card number 16 here. And let's see what that brings in here. A sudden, usually unforeseen disruption or major change is happening or is about to take place. Even if it appears to be a negative experience, it can lead to enlightenment or a total shift in your lifestyle. In traditional tarot meanings, this card represents the falling tower that eventually crumbles due to its weak foundation. Whichever part of your life you focus on, this is an opportunity to rebuild with a solid, positive structure to make you or the situation even stronger. There are times when the most difficult situations arise in your life, and if you choose to, they can act as a catalyst to heal other areas. They're beneficial because they're truly your greatest teachers. So learn from past perceived mistakes, accept them, and integrate them into your life as stepping stones. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. And this disruption card is a reminder that negative thinking, limiting beliefs, ignoring problematic situations, and risky or careless lifestyles must be addressed so that positive changes can take place. Life has a habit of moving you forward, whether you're ready or not. Transformation of body, mind, and soul can happen if you view this dramatic time or change as an opportunity for growth. In the future, you may look back and be thankful for this opportunity. So, the energy I'm picking up on that um, is like if this exercise is something that has helped you in your past, um, then include it. If it's a tool that was like, wow, this really helped me move forward, this really helped transform my life, then include it. If not, no. Include things that helped you of your own, that you have experience with it, right? Not just like, okay, well, this is something to include, but it's like, this is something that really helped me, if that makes sense. So hopefully that gives you clarity there. But that's what they have, divinely protected. So many blessings for you. All right. And we're moving on down the list to Dijona. Hello, hello. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay. Yay, no 8 of Cups today. But you did get the 8 of Pentacles. So you're definitely your life has this flow that's coming in here, and I like it. The 8 of Earth, the 8 of Pentacles does show that you have put in, blood, sweat, and tears around something, and there will be movement in the outside world that takes you to this place here. Queen of Cups, here, trust your gut, trust your instinct. High Priestess energy, which always follows you. But the 8 of Pentacles here, it's like whatever this is, it's like it can't stay the way it was. There's this with the 8 of Pentacles, it's like this movement forward that you're on this path, but then there's not a path forward. It goes, up and down. And if it's like relationship or job or anything, if it's not allowing you to move upward, then they can't follow you because you're going to fly upward like you're a butterfly and they stayed a caterpillar. They're like, I can't fly. You're like, well, I can't. I'm not going to walk because I can fly now. And walking, it's too slow. I can't do it. You had a choice to become a butterfly too, and you didn't, whether it's a job, whatever situation it is, they had a chance to follow you and allow you to express yourself, and they haven't. So there is this either they are going with you or they're not. There's things can't stay the same as they were. So hopefully that makes sense there for you, Dajona, and that's what's coming in for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And wisdom words, you are up next. So guidance. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right. What else on that one? Okay. All right. Wow. I know I shouldn't say that. I should show you the cards and then express myself. Wow. You got 2 major arcana, first of all, and then they follow one another, 12 and 13. So you're definitely going through this transformational type of energy. Hanged Man is like something that's been kind of, seeing things from a higher perspective, but hanging upside down like a cocoon, going through this transformation. And then here's death and rebirth. So you're ready here. You're in this process. You are unfolding, and pieces of you are falling away like a caterpillar does when it's in the cocoon. It loses its outside whatever was containing, like, its skin melts and it dissolves into this huge caterpillar soup so that it transforms into this beautiful butterfly. So there is this wonderful period. It's the death and the rebirth might feel a little icky, but I feel like they just want to give you hope that it is happening on purpose for a purpose, and you're not going to regret the transformation that's happening. You're just going to be like, woohoo, because that butterfly can fly thousands of miles, go much, much further, and go places a caterpillar could never go. So you have this beautiful transformation that's just opening your life up very wide. So that's what's coming in for you, wisdom words. I like it. You're welcome, Dijona. All right. So, Lily, you are up next. And you wanted to know who is coming towards you. Let's take a look here. All right. So, I do like this energy that's coming in here. You've got the Queen of Earth, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and mothering and taking care of you. With this Page of Cups, the Page of Water, giving you the love that you've been wanting to give others and wanting to receive from others. But this has to start with you. This is a time of taking care of just you, not really looking to expand into another relationship, because this is happening so that you can raise your love vibration. If you got into a relationship now, there's just a little bit more of lower vibrational energy that can be transformed, because right now we're still enough in it that we would do what we always did and get what we've always gotten. It's like when you're changing a habit and it's like, hey, I can go do this now. I know I've got it down. And spirit's like, let the cement dry just a little more. Because it's like, I don't know why they're showing me like, whenever we have an addiction, uh, you know and we think, well, I can go into that, like it's alcoholism, and I can go into a bar. I can go into a bar now, there's no problem. It's been weeks since I've been sober. Boom. They're like, "Give it a little more time. Get the solid cement under your feet." Otherwise, we end up reverting back to the old habit of choosing who we would choose and be attracted to, "Oh, look, it's a fixer-upper. I really love fixing up things." It's like, "Nah, you're ready for something different." And I like this because this allows you to get this love you've been looking for. You turn inward and upward, you fill up and overflow, and then that brings in someone who's at a higher vibrational level, and that's more in alignment with your heart and what you deserve instead of what you had before. So that is what is coming in right now for you, Lily. I like it. And how we raise our love vibration, that's probably something I'll do some I'm going to be introducing a podcast later this year. I feel like that's something that we can all use information on, but it's about letting go of the mindsets of fear that no longer serve us, the emotions of fear that no longer serve us as well. So, um, that's what they have for you right now. I like it for you because I think you're sick and tired of the old ways, right? I hear you. All right, but that's what they have. So many blessings to you. All right, Grace, you are up next. So Aquarius's expectations of you. All right, let's take a look here. What does that Aquarius? What do they think? I know I'm an Aquarius sun, so this makes sense. They expect you to understand yourself, to seek your inner truth, to find out who you really are. They are all about truth. They're all about seeing things clearly, seeing things in a different way, that is odd and different, usually from society, because usually Aquarius, they have that Uranus energy. They're all about bringing humanity to the next level. And so they want you. One of their expectations is that you are doing inner work and you're developing yourself and you're finding out who you really are, and you're going outside the box and outside the boundaries and all of that. And then they're water bearers, and you have the King of Water, which balances heart and mind. That's what they want as well. They just know that's who they are. Even though they're water bearers, they're air signs. And air signs, they can get very, like I said, analytical and thinking and um, looking for higher knowledge and all this stuff, right? Which is the Hierophant side of it all, like higher knowledge, higher knowledge. But they also are able to contain their emotions. They feel, Aquarians feel, we feel deep, but we also keep them in containers. Usually joke that they're little Tupperware containers. We burp it, make sure they're all fresh. We have a nice little refrigerated compartment in our heart where we keep everything fresh. All our emotions are fresh, even though they're not shared a whole lot because we're so much in our mind and looking at the whole world. We just keep that for ourselves for very few, and you just sometimes have to ask for it. Can I have one of those Tupperware containers? They're like, sure, you can have the emotion, but I do need the Tupperware back, you know? So that's kind of a piece of the expectations they have. That's like their nature, and that's what they look for in people. And when they experience people who are not doing those things, it kind of shakes them a little bit in the beginning until they realize everyone is different. I feel like they're kind of in that stage of becoming aware and opening up more because we can be really, I think Aquarius, isn't it a fixed sign? I don't know, can be very stubborn. I know that. That might be other things in my chart, but we can be very stubborn too. So we get our mindset on something, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on right now. Um, so start with that because I feel like there's more, of course, but for right now, that's what Spirit wants you to know right in this moment. All right. So many blessings to you. And LA, you are up next. So, what are you currently manifesting? Let's take a look here. All right. We like this. We like the sun. We like that you're focusing on positive things and gratitude in your life, and it's bringing in victory. It's bringing in sunlight. It's bringing in brightness into your life. There's also, you're manifesting some wonderful, the Leo energy is also the inner child. And with the page of air, higher ways of thinking at things and cutting away fears. So you're manifesting a lot of this wonderful, positive things to come into your life because you've been changing your mindset. You've been clearing out things in your subconscious, things in your with your emotional inner child, seeing things from a higher perspective. Like I said, cutting away fear after fear after fear, releasing a lot. So this does show that you've been putting in the work and that it is drawing things that is are very positive and bright in your life. It will shine light in a lot of areas in your life, like they say, including the cobwebs, which is all right because we want to see those things that we want to release. But there's a lot of positive things that come in with that energy. It's one of the most victorious, bright cards. So here it comes. And I like it. So victory is coming in. Which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that is what is coming in, LA. So many blessings to you. All right. And up next, we've got Anya Ahuya. So, hello, hello. So, what's coming for you in your physical reality during this Venus retrograde? You are all over the astrology. I love it. Well, you have fire coming in here, which makes sense too with the Leo, Leo um, season starting. Of course, this is Aries energy, but it's still fire, 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 fire. And I like this. There's this empowerment that continues to grow in your life because the Emperor is, realizing they step into their power, stepping into their authority, which they're putting plans, they're um, well, let me see, I'm trying to think of the word, but it's like putting action behind their emotion. They're planning, they're outlining. There's, instead of going, I want to do this, they're like, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. And this is like a change of a lot of fire, a lot of energy, but you're actually um, planning actions and putting it on your calendar, even, With the Two of Wands, this is like whatever you focus your energy is what grows and expands. And so with the combination of these, it's really important of where you're putting your authority and knowing how to focus your energy, right? With the Venus retrograde energy coming in, there is this reflection on love, right? On how we want to love and how we want to be shown love and be loved. And the retrograde allows us, it's like all the retrogrades for me are this energy of repairing your nets and reflection as you plan new things. And so this is perfect with this emperor because it's like you're reflecting and then you're realizing, okay, you know what? It's like the example of the fishing boat. They're like, I use this net and it keeps breaking, it keeps falling apart. So I'm going to use new material for the net and I'm going to use this material. And so I'm going to start building a new net that I'm going to use when I start fishing again. That's funny. Like if you're fishing for a love in the sea of love, right? But the Two of Wands also tells you that if you're focusing on, I don't have love, I don't have, this in my life, or I hate this in my life, we're expanding that by telling the universe, I really love missing things. I really love hating things. Can I miss things more and hate things more? Sure, we'll bring more of that in. The example lately they've been giving with the Two of Wands is little kid going into a donut shop, looking in that glass case and pointing at this donut over and over. And the baker goes, "Oh," and grabs a box and gives them a dozen of those donuts. And the kid's like, "No, I just saying I hate those donuts." They're like, "Well, don't point at what you don't want. Point at what you love, and I'll give you dozens of those." And you're like, "Oh, that's how it works." Yeah. So as we focus on gratitude for what we do have in our life, that grows and that expands. And I feel like that's what's coming in right now for you in your physical reality is this focus of your energy, this focus of what you're doing is what brings in. It depends on what you're focusing on, what comes into your life, because you're stepping into your power. So your manifestation power is going to be very strong. So it's like, okay, what do I want to focus on? And you get to draw it in. So it's all up to you, is what they're saying. So I like it for you, Anya, because that's where you want the power is in your hands, not someone else's. All right. So that is what they have for you. Happy Pill, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a couple donations, so I shall return. Hey, Melody. Hi. So you want to know what are Azam's intentions towards you? All right. Let's take a look here. Yeah, sorry, Seely, and anyone new coming in. There's no special list. The chat is the list, so you did exactly as you do. Is you just put it out there. If you want your reading prioritized, a donation of any kind does prioritize it. The free readings, I try to get through as many as I can, but I do honor donations as an energy exchange, and I dive deeper into those as well as prioritize those. All right. So here we go, Melody. What are Islam's intentions towards you? All right. And what are these? This is additional information. So we'll take a look here. All right. Well, oh, that's so funny. um, I know I need to stop doing that. I need to show you the cards and then say, oh my gosh, this is funny. Because you got 17 and then you have ace 1 and 7. So 17, 17. There's this great synchronicity there. Star card is this wishes come true. So their intentions, they have these wishes. It's like a wish come true for them. They like want to move on their dream, which is passion, new passion. They have a lot of emotion too, little emotional confusion, but they definitely have attraction, like physical attraction, energetic attraction. And then they're working on the emotions because they're just like, I have so many emotions. So you definitely have sparked something in there. Um, I feel like they are going to make movement on this, especially with the Ace of Wands there. But it's like this like a dream come true in a way for them with the wish fulfillment card. Let's see what else they had here. All right. Wow. Sorry, I did it again, didn't I? I can't help it. I'm just gonna be me. We got the Sun card here, which is joy, celebration, this wonderfulness, Leo energy. So there is this joy and celebration. I like the victory all over all this. There is some time here for reflection though, because the high priestess is about she steps back into her high priestess temple, connects above, goes behind the veil, dives deep into the emotions, and the subconscious understands themselves. And the Sun card also is Leo energy with the inner child. So there's some inner child reflection that comes in here too. So I feel like they do. I feel like this is more advice for you as they get it together and express themselves. You can work on your self-love. You can look at, okay, what is there anything within me that is holding things back? Some things that could help, and this is for everyone. I loved these Take 10 with Zen, these last three that were about fate, because they brought a lot of knowledge in about fated events. We have very little in our life that are exact dates and times. Like our birth is probably one of the few guaranteed ones of I chose to come here at this location at this date and time because of my astrology soup that I get with it, like picking your avatar for a game. Then you have all this other stuff that you could have faded relationships and interactions with people that have ranges of dates. And we have conscious things that impact that, subconscious things that impact that. So if you check out my Take 10 with Zen episodes 4, 5, and 6, all three of those deal with fate and timing and those things that impact it. They're less than 10 minutes each. So, you can watch those at your leisure. But I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know as far as your side, what you can do to help things along while you're waiting as well. So that is what's coming through for you, Melody. I feel like they will be taking action here soon, soon, soon with that Ace of Wands there. But I feel like they just need to get some of their emotions, clarity on their emotions, because I feel like they're just all over the place. But they have this attraction for sure. But their emotions are like, I feel this, but I feel this, but I feel this. A lot of stuff going on in their heart and their head with all of that. So that's what's coming through for you, Melody. Again, thank you so much for your donation. You are very welcome. All right, Nuza Miranda. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. And you want to know, oh, is there going to be new love during your vacation in Miami or Portugal? Let's pull cards for both. So let's see here. What's going to happen in my Miami? Okay. And then let's take a look here and look at Portugal. Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. All right. Wow. So I had a feeling Portugal was going to be hot, hot, hot. Let's start there. What do you think, Nusa? You've got 8 of fire, which is a lot of passion. You've got the sun, victory, coming in, very much brightness, one of the most bright cards, a lot of fire as well. And the Empress, which is new birth, definitely sensuality and mother nature, mother nurture, so taking care of you, but a lot of passion, a lot of spark, definitely in Portugal. It just really happens there. So I feel like Portugal will be the one. Yeah, right, random. I vote Portugal. The other, um it just feels like there's a lot going on here in Miami. We've got the Queen of Fire and the Queen of Air here. So there is emotion here, but there's also fire and there's, thinking here. But we've got the three of air, which is like the disappointment card. And we've got the Page of Water, which is new love, but I feel like this Page of Water, all of this just turns you to yourself. I just feel like there's a lot of, I don't wanna say there's drama there, but it just feels like my people with mind games, people with that just wanna hook up, just, um, moving from the feelings in their loins. That's funny that spirit uses that word. But the Page of Cups is like what you find within yourself here. And so you're just like, you know what? I am going to focus on me and my love. I'm going to fill up and overflow. You get to enjoy what you're there, but there's no like love, passion. It just feels you know, like Miami energy, when you think about it. It's like, oh, it's all heat, but I feel like there's passion in Portugal with these cards. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So enjoy yourself in Miami, but really enjoy yourself in Portugal. I feel like you're going to have some deep, deep. It just feels wow, it just feels so, like with the Sun card, Leo energy just touches you deep in your own, emotions too, so I like it. So that is what is coming up for you, Nusa. I'm excited for you. And the food is amazing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just, it just feels so it's in the culture too, it's just in the land, it's in the energy of Portugal, it feels like, right? Miami feels just but Portugal feels like slow, delicious. It's like Miami is like, "Fast food, let's hurry up and get food, 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 food." Portugal's like, "Let's take 3 hours to have this meal," if like that. So, but that's what's coming in, Nusa. So many, many blessings and joy. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Have a very safe and happy. I know. Yeah. Let's go, everybody. Portugal. That's great. Yeah. Hey, maybe I should start offering that. Do advertising for countries. Look at this reading, everybody. Woohoo. All right. Excuse me. So, Happy Pill, we are back to you for your free reading. Let me just take a sip here. All right. So, what do your spirit guides want to share with you right now, Happy Pill? All right. Let's see what they want here. How dare they? I feel like they're saying here, they're like, just kidding. They're like, this patience card for you is they're like, you have been very, very patient and the wait has been worth it. You have the Three of Cups, joy around the corner here. You're about to have some wonderful things come into your life, some brightness. And this is them saying, it's been worth the tempering, the going back and forth, because eventually when the gold appears, you're thankful for the time that you've taken and allowed to unfold here. Three of Cups also represents your spirit guides, your spiritual entourage, which is your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides overall, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, and a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light. It's them making themselves known, saying, "We are always with you. You are never, ever, ever, ever alone, even though you might feel alone in the outside world without humans at times. We are always around you. You have a multitude." Um, it's like a movie star who travels with their security guards and their entourage, or like a president who has to have a whole plane full of individuals, everyone that's following. Like you have this huge group around you. And so know that you're never, never alone, that the patience has been worth it. And here comes the joy. So I like it, Happy Pill. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Ah, very cool. You just landed back to your hometown, born and raised. Oh, very good. Well, have a blast. I'm excited. We'll let them know. We'll let the local authorities know. News is back in the country. Look out. All right. All right, magician. So you wanted a general reading. Let's see what they have here for you. Cards came flying out already. All right. So you have this great chariot card coming in here, which is one of the powerful cards in the deck, which tells us and reinforces for us about how we have this power of choice. We have this free will. And whatever we choose in each moment is what how we perceive everything. We're a co-creator in our lives, and whatever we're focusing on is what we're calling towards us and what spirit will bring towards us. There's no right or wrong in the spirit world. They're just like there's different choices with different experiences. It's ordering from a menu. They're like it's a menu with no bad choices on it. They're like you're going to have a meal and you're going to have whatever experience it brings you. So there's no wrong choice. What would you like? And we're constantly ordering up. The chariot card tells us, that every moment we're choosing what story we're putting in the situation with our minds, what emotions we're choosing, what energy we're putting forth, and what actions we're taking. And um, like I said, there's no right or wrong with all of that, but every moment is either of unconditional love and higher vibration or fear and lower vibration. Again, neither is right, neither is wrong. They just bring us different things. With the King of Air coming in here with it, the King of Air, of course, rules, it's King of Swords, rules over thought and belief and mindset. And not only do they co rule with the Queen, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which makes them the masters of thought and belief and mindset. So, this is the reminder that, yeah, we're given a lot of thought, belief, and mindset from the past, popular opinion of how things are. Like when this happens, this is what it's supposed to mean, should mean, needs to mean, has to mean in order to avoid rejection, failure, losing conditional love. You have to have all this stuff, but we get to choose the story. We have a lot of opinion, but we are the ones that get to choose. With the combination coming in here, this is really them saying, be aware of the story that you're choosing in each moment, because you're the one that's choosing it. Whether it's a choice of that life is happening to me and I'm a victim, or that when that person does that, this is what it means about me, or this is what it means about them, or this is what it means about the world. We're deciding that, right? Are we gonna listen to the old opinion, or are we gonna start changing our habit of what story we're putting to a situation? It can be a story of victory, of transformation. Like, if I lose my job, we're taught, "Oh, that's a horrible thing." There's that great story, which I'll tell very quick, about it's from the ancient world of, like, over when they had emperors over in the Great Plains of, Mongolia or wherever, and so if you had a horse, it was good because they thought it was good because it helped you plow the fields, take things to market. It was how you traveled back then. Well, there was this grandpa who was raising his grandchild because he had lost his parents. And so it was grandpa and grandson that were working the grandpa's farm together. And the townspeople were like, oh, they don't have a horse. That's a bad thing. And then this horrible storm came through, and a horse ran into their barn and got trapped. And so they had a horse. And so the townspeople were like, yay, it's a good thing. Then another storm came through the next month and it fell, the fences that they had up keeping the horse in fell and the horse escaped. So the townspeople were like, oh, that's a bad thing. But then the horse, because they treated it so well, came back with four more of their friends. And so they were able to have five horses. And of course, the townspeople, yay, that's a good thing. And while the grandson was trying to tame one of the horses, got bucked off and broke his leg, which made uh, one of his legs permanently lame where it was injured. And so the townspeople, oh, that's a bad thing. But then a couple months later, the emperor of their region declared war on the emperor of another region, and all able-bodied young men had to go to war with chances that they were going to be killed. And the young man didn't have to go. So the townspeople were like, "Yay, it's a good thing." So it just goes to show you, like, we don't know what a good or a bad thing is because we don't see the whole picture, but we can change the story that we put to it by that. So that's what's coming in Magician. Hope you guys enjoyed story time with bruddaZEN. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. Sure, Mary, you can donate. Absolutely. I do prioritize donations, so you could definitely can do that. All right, very good. And while we're waiting for that here, we'll continue with the free readings for the sake of time. And double, triple, quadruple X, you are up next. And you want to know what is coming, what new is coming your way here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. So it feels like things might be feel like they're going slow in your life, and Spirit just wants you to know that things slow down to give us time to release fears, right? The Nine of Swords is the insomnia, the nightmare card, and when we feel like an area of our life just goes, from regular speed to and frame by frame, where it just feels like cold, like a what is it they say, molasses dripping in winter. It's like slow. Well, it happens for us to give us an opportunity to look at fears, to release them so that we can raise our love vibration. Because when this happens, it means that we're ready. The nine is an ending. It's I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to live up to the expectations around this thing, whatever it is. And I'm just exhausted trying to please everyone around a situation or a particular person, whatever it is, and you're ready to let it go and stop doing what we've always done and getting what we've always gotten in the situation. We're like, I'm done. So that's why it goes frame to frame so that it slows down where we're not attracting it in fast. This slows down to allow us to raise our love vibration where this starts falling away. And then when with us up here, we start drawing in something higher vibration that's more in alignment with us. So I feel like they're saying that the slow time that you're in, and or maybe that's coming, that if it hasn't happened, is for you to allow you to transform that, and you'll be so happy at the end of it when the fruit grows on the tree. The Seven of Pentacles, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and you'll be glad for it instead of it being like, oh, prunes, yeah. It's gonna be delicious other fruit instead. Well, prunes can be good, but dates, right? I had my first date the other day. I know, that's funny. But the first fruit, and it was so sweet and delicious. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I want some more of those." All right. So that's what they have for you, double, triple, quadruple X. And VD Jalan, you'll be my next free reading coming up here, but I do oops, let's see, where's my little cursor here? Come on. Oh, there it is. But I did get your Cash App, Mary, so thank you so much for your donation. Yeah, now is good to post your question there, and, so you can post it, as soon as possible, and this is for everyone. If you post your question, if you do make a donation, then I have it to do it right away. Otherwise, I'll keep on bouncing back and forth between free readings until you post your question. So I do see here, Mary, you posted your question, so we'll do that. So you and your husband are in separation. Did he have a baby on you? So just to clarify, you're asking if he had a baby with someone else? Obviously, you would know if you're having a baby. Duh. bruddaZEN, sometimes it takes him time to get with it. Spirit knows. All right, so let's take a look here. It makes sense. You're like, um, "Am I pregnant?" It's like, you probably would know more, than us, although sometimes. Let's take a look here and see. What does spirit want you to know here? Okay. I don't see a baby indicated here. We've got the 4 of earth, the 4 pentacles, which is a balanced outside world. I feel this is also kind of this feeling of home. We've got the page of fire and the 9 of fire. So there is passion out there with the page of fire, new passion, new inspiration. But the 9 of fire is also this block. So I'd still feel like there's, even though they have this passion igniting in within them, and they're this represents like this energy where, you know when we're looking for happiness on the outside of us, if we're not happy on the inside, we ain't going to find it anywhere. We may go from person to person to person to person going, what's wrong with all these people that they can't make me happy? uh there's a common denominator in all of that. It's that's them, right? And I feel like they just feel like there's this block that they can't find happiness, they can't find, um it's like their heart is wanting love, it's wanting passion, it's wanting fulfillment, it's hungry and thirsty, our soul is. And when we're looking for it in the outside world, we don't find it, even within our own spouses and, wherever. If we're not happy on the inside, we're not going to be happy on the outside. um, so I feel like, well, this energy that's coming in here is that they have this draw of home because they know the feeling, the security, the wholeness that they did feel in the home, but they still felt dissatisfied, which we all do until we find our own self-love. But I feel like they're just drawn to the outside, but they also feel caged in on the outside. So I don't feel like I don't feel like a baby is out there. I just feel like they feel trapped in their life, and this has nothing to do with you. They feel trapped in their life, but they have the feeling of home, which does have to do with you. You have made it feel solid and somewhere that's safe, but they still didn't feel satisfied on the inside because they're unhappy on the inside. So hopefully all that makes sense. Because we do have here, though, I feel like, yeah, you know, I do feel here. I mean, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, we've got the Four of Wands, which is marriage, we've got the Ten of Earth, which is usually a man and like, two people with children and like a old man and a dog and the house and the building, and it feels very fortunate. So they see this as like, I have all this. Why am I not satisfied, right? And so they see how full their life can be, but, they have to do that inner work. So I don't feel like there's a baby out there. I just feel like they're doing their, I don't know if their midlife crisis, their Saturn return. Usually happens around 28 and, mid 50s. But I just feel like they're on their journey. Yeah. Okay. So, um yeah, I know, right? Hey, now. Don't talk about mid-50s being old, because you never know who is that age. But, yeah, usually the younger thing, but, they're on their journey there. Yeah, things will balance out. We've got the Justice card with number 11 with the scales. So things will balance out here in their life. Gonna have they're on this process of trying to see life from a different perspective and have clarity, and they'll realize what they do have, you know. with it all. So I feel like things will come back around. I have July 21st and then 11 and then 21, which the 11 we just talked about balance. So we've got 21, 11, and 21. It just feels like things come full circle eventually, but no baby, no baby indicated here. So that is what they have for you, Mary. So hang in there. Keep your sense of humor. Laugh as much as you can, right? All right. Many blessings to you. All right. And we're back to the free reading. So, Vidi Jalan, hello, hello. See this beautiful cup a friend of mine gave me has dreams with butterflies on them. It's my favorite color, one of my favorite colors, blue. Just had to share. All right. So, what opportunities are coming for you in the near future? All right, BD, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know. Well, definitely something's coming here because we've got the Ace of Wands, which is new passion coming forward. So, boom, 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 something is coming in fast. And I feel like this opportunity it helps transform your emotions too, because of course the five of water tells us that, the three spilt cups are the lower vibrational energies that we come here to experience, but the two of cups behind is always our power of emotional choice. Where we focus our energy is what grows and expands. So I feel like there's this underlying message from your spirit guides that whatever you focus on is what you're going to be drawing towards you, what opportunities open up. There's no wrong choice, there's just different results of the choices, because when we're focusing on fears, our lower vibrations of what we're missing, what we have in our life that we don't like, what we fear will leave our lives, we fear what will come in. Lower vibrational energy is like an anchor. It slows things down. It brings in lower vibrational experiences in individuals, which that energy is feels limiting. It feels restrictive. It feels powerless. Feels like victim, right? Which we come here to experience of all that. This giant world is a huge amusement park full of fear rides, and we come here to ride the rides. We don't come here just to go, "Oh, look, the ride." We get on those roller coasters. We get on the spinny rides. Whatever it is, we are riding those things. But when we're ready for a break, we have that second choice where we can choose things of a higher vibration, things of gratitude, things of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. It's like a giant Zen garden in the middle of the amusement park. We can go sit and have an ice cream or a yogurt or whatever. And we can hear people screaming on the rides, but we can sit there in the calm watching the little pond with the giant koi in it and the ducks. And it's just very calm and serene, while in the background you hear people screaming, and it's like it's okay. So I feel like they're letting you know whatever you're focusing your energy on is what grows and expands. And so that's what's coming in right now for you, VD, is whatever you are focusing on is what you're drawing towards you. And it changes from moment to moment, day to day. But when sometimes they'll indicate, which they are right now, that you have this period of time of 3 weeks, starting like with, okay, so it's like the Leo energy. During this time, there's this alignment of all your energy where what you focus on manifests more quickly than normal. It's like all your planets are in alignment with manifestation. Your energy is supercharged. And so you're bringing in, like, if you focus on lower vibrational things, things come in quick. But the good thing is that you're like, oh, I'm going to focus on what I'm grateful for. This drifts away and this comes in faster. And so it's like an opportunity for you to see how your power works and that it does influence your life, but you're able to focus on what you are wanting to bring in and not focusing on what you don't. So I like it for you, VD. That's what they have for you right now. And Queen 707, you are up next here. All right. And there you are. I lost it for a sec. So Queen 707. So hi, how did Ali actually feel after you told him off and you blocked him? Okay, so you were really disappointed in him, but how did he feel after you told him off and did that? All right. Yeah, well, that makes sense here. Well, kind of makes sense. You've got this, the high priestess, which is, stepping back and reflecting. So after you told him off and you blocked him, it really made him step back and want to look at things and evaluate things, which makes sense here. With the temptation card, the devil card, the shadow card, which, when the high priestess dives deep, and this is where they go dive in looking at their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets, going, what happened and why, and what of my fears, caused this, and what's my what's my side of this, and all of that. And the six of fire, I don't, I don't want to like rile you up here, but with the six of fire, they kinda look at it, they saw their side, but they saw your side too. They're like, it was equal. The fire, the stuff that ignited, well, I had my part, but hey, you had your part too. And the reason why is when someone's in the state that they're in, I feel like they're in this all or nothing. They have this perfectionist attitude that was imparted upon them, that they have to be perfect or they're nothing. There's no gray. It's black or white. And for them, even for them to admit that there's some stuff that they did is huge for them. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it is, because they're learning some gray area of their life, that they're willing to accept some of the responsibility, whereas before they couldn't. They would have to blame you for everything, but they're only half blaming you, which amazingly enough for them is an improvement. So, this interaction that you've had where you told them, and did this and blocked them, really made them go, wow. And they're taking responsibility for some of it. And I know that may not sound like a lot, but it is a victory, because it's allowing them to see that life is not black and white, and that there's a lot of gray, and that um, they can um, look at their actions, look at things, and they can change. So I like this for you, for them. I know it was not a fun experience, but you were a perfect mirror for them. And now you can look at, okay, what did I learn about them? You know, the disappointment you had in them allows you to see the bar you have on people, on yourself. So you can look and go, because disappointment means there's expectations. Expectations equal disappointment. Whenever we have any rules of supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, when our thoughts battle reality, they lose, but only 100% of the time. It's Byron Katie, wonderful, wonderful lady. If you ever have a chance to look at her YouTube channel or her website, thework.com, beautiful mirroring tools to help us see what we were wanting to see in this interaction with this individual. It seems like they are really seeing a lot of things reflected back to them, but it's an opportunity for us not to have another mirror like them, if we'll look and see, what did I learn during the process too. So that is what's coming through for you right now, Queen 707. So many blessings to you. All right. And Megs, you are up next here. So let's take a look here. Let me just put these cards away. So for the next free reading, so what was Pavan thinking about you and the next actions of him towards you and your relationship? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, they've got the two of air, two of swords, which is kind of like at a crossroads. Their heart is battling their mind. So they are definitely thinking towards you, and their heart has emotion towards you. And we have the Ace of Earth, the Ace of Pentacles, which does mean new opportunities opening up in the outside world. So I feel like they've got their mind, which is trying to control their heart, and their heart just wants to be expressed. So there is emotion there. But like I said, there's like this battle. Eventually, their heart wins out and gets the mind to take action. And so there is this opportunity to get together in the physical world and the outside world. So there is this new beginning, this new opportunity that does show itself here. I feel like it's not a long battle. I feel like their heart knows how to get their mind to, um, to win over their mind a little bit, to at least they have a seat on the table. So I feel like, I don't know, within a week or two, I feel like there will be action that will happen here. So that is what I feel is coming through for you, Megs. So many blessings to you. And let me just make sure here. I thought maybe. Oh no, it was Meg. Okay. So I thought maybe you had asked something else, but that was just Meg, not Megs. All right. So Shirley Mador, you are up next. Hello, hello. So, what good things are coming in for you for the rest of the month? Horsies. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? What good things are coming? I like the focus on the good. I like it. Yes. So we've got the 10 of swords, which is endings of expectations and a lot of trying to please everyone and this exhaustion trying to live up to a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And the full card, ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new adventure free of expectations. So I feel like you're reaching this point of letting go of this long list of rules, these judgments, this high bar that you have set for yourself. And I feel like you're setting yourself free. You're releasing yourself from a lot of these rules, these fears of losing conditional love, these fears of failure, these fears of rejection, and you're allowing yourself to have this a freer life. So I like this that you're just getting to the point of with the 10 being, ending and new beginnings. Usually there's someone laying down with 10 swords stuck in their back and they're not dead. They're just exhausted trying to live up to all of the supposed to, well, I'm supposed to do this. This is how people are supposed to be. This is how that's supposed to work. Supposed to, should, need to, have to, must. It's exhausting. And I like that there's this freedom coming from it because I feel like you're just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, right? The pressure, the stress. We let it go and there's freedom and you can live and have an adventure instead of feeling like you have to do so much just to get up to zero. Get rid of all those expectations as much as you can. And you're doing this, there's abundance here instead of just meeting expectations, right? So, expectations, bye bye, is what I feel is coming up here for you, Shirley. So many blessings to you. It's like a speedboat called surrender. When we grab onto this rope of supposed to be's and we're being drugged behind it, the speedboat just gets faster and faster and faster. Before long, we're flying all around behind this giant speedboat. And all we have to do is let go. But we're stubborn. We will hold on to it until it's going 300 miles an hour. We're just bouncing all over the place till we let go and release and surrender. And then we get to be in this calm lake in the middle of like, this is how it feels. So that's what's coming in, Shirley, Shirley. So many blessings to you. I like it. You're so funny, LA. All right. So Doll Face Diva, you'll be my next free reading coming up. But LA, thank you so much for your donation. and for your sense of humor. I like it. So, is there a future with Ricardo? I think I like him. Let's take a look here. Too funny. What else? You crack me up. All right. So those 2, 1, and 2. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let's get some clarity on this last piece here. All right. I think that would be clarity flying out here. Wow. So it feels like it's uncertain. So what this is, your heart's pounding. Oh no. What I feel is like Ricardo is not a what we would call a fated relationship, which doesn't mean that it can't happen and that it won't. If you do listen to my Take 10 with Zen episodes 4, 5, and 6 around fate, it brings clarity around that if you haven't. Um, be, because what there is we have our minimum experience we'll have coming into this life, and then we have our highest experience possible, and we'll have fated events that bring us different experiences throughout our life, but there's like extra credit relationships that bring us higher experiences. So, that's why I don't have like this exact boom, boom, boom coming in here, because it is something that can be an extra and above and beyond. And let me explain a little more. Because you have the Ace of Fire, which is wherever you focus your energy is what grows and is possible, right? What we draw in. We have the Eight of Air, Eight of Swords, which is this movement of air, this movement of thought and belief and mindset. And so they're saying that there is possibility with them, but it does take you focusing and releasing some of the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets that you've had that have blinded you and bound you and made you feel trapped. So this is wherever you focus your energy is what grows and expands, and this is about it would require you to let go of some of the fears, some of the lower vibrational beliefs and thoughts that we've been imparted into our brain all our life, right? It's letting some of that go that's holding you back with this. So I like that they're talking about possibilities, right? They're not saying no, because part of this, and I think you got this in one of your cards when we were asking about relationships before all that other stuff is done. The Nine of Pentacles is about you having this feeling of independence and standing with yourself and feeling comfortable being with yourself here too. So I like that, because that is just them saying that um, it's important for you to stand true to you, which also comes in here with the Three of Pentacles. Being true to the authentic you, not being drawn off into expectations of, who am I supposed to be? Who is other people supposed to be and should be? It's about you being true with you here and not feeling like, you're going to, um, if you don't be a certain person or a certain way, that there's this, um, energy here of I'm going to anger people or lose people's support if I don't act a certain way and be a certain way and be with certain. Because you got the Seven of Water. There is, again, this normally doesn't mean this, but with all of the energies of all these cards coming in here, especially with you've got the big seven, the power of choice card coming in here. This does talk about there's a lot of emotional choices, a lot of different individuals that you can choose to have relationship with in your life that will bring you different experiences. So I feel like in this lifetime, you don't have a whole lot of fated relationships. Like I feel like this lifetime, you didn't choose, like, I'm going to, like before we come down here, we choose fated relationships that we're going to be in and we're going to experience them. But it's like you didn't want to say, okay, absolutely, you will be my soul partner eventually at the end. And they're like, yeah, let's have that agreement. It's like, no, we want to have the opportunity to choose and to have it flexible. So I like that. Yeah, right. And that could definitely be the case here where you have chosen, I mean, that makes sense with the 5 of water, because you did want to experience the lower vibrational energies, but you have the 2 of cups, which you get to choose an individual, and they get to choose you, but there's all the stuff you wanted to go through first, right? Because ultimately, the energy comes in here that you have the power, right? And I like how you stated, all I picked was getting injured, no love. And here's the power of choice card. This I like this because this is empowering. It's like you get to choose the story, the emotion, where you invest your energy and your actions in the outside world. Life doesn't happen to you, life happens for you, and you get to choose what it all means. You get to choose the actions and what go forward here. Um, so I do like all of this because it's saying here, the big thing with Ricardo is um, moving belief and focus, like the story, the emotional energy, the energetic energy in our actions, not it being a fear and the lower vibration, but actively changing where we're focusing our energy because that will raise our love vibration. That's where this relationship with Ricardo comes in. It's Otherwise, we're going to continue to do what we've always done and get what we always got, which is what you said. These wonderful low vibration relationships with little love, but a lot of lessons and growth and experiences of lower vibration. And you're like, I got the reward for riding that roller coaster, 100 times, and I'm ready for a new experience. And that's what you've been doing is you're transforming, you're letting go of old mindsets that are rooted in those that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped. And you're focusing on these higher energies and raising your self love vibration because you can't love someone more than you love yourself, nor receive love from others more than you love yourself. Neither can they. So, with you raising your love vibration, focusing on your self love, this eternal, unconditional love filling you up, and this, uh, you know, changing the foundation, you grow your self love. So before, yeah, right. You're just like, I'm glad there's not a no. But to make it work and not make it end up the way the others are, you know, the one of the big things, this is for everyone. When we love ourselves this much, no matter how much love we want to give out, it's going to trickle out. No matter how much love they want to give us, it's going to trickle in if that's my self-love. But if I raise and open up my self-love, it also opens up this to where I can give and receive love to the humans in a bigger way too, because it's a win-win, win-win when we do that. So I like it. I like it. So I feel like the pause that you were given on relationships is for you to raise your self-love during this process, because then you can give and receive love in big ways. Otherwise, so I like it for you, LA. And that's what they have for you right now. So there is definitely a possibility. It just they want you to focus on doing this. Absolutely. And thank you for your donation. He definitely must be worth it. All right. Hang in there. All right. So, Dollface Diva, we left off with you. So, let's take a look here. Anything you need to know at this time? All right. Wow. Yeah, you got some power within your energy here right now. You got the magician, and then you got the king of fire, the king of wands, which these are very closely related in energies because the king of wands normally has a magic wand and the magician has a magic wand. All this fire energy, all this action, all this movement forward. One, being aware of where you're investing your energy, because whatever you focus on does grow and expand. And I feel like you're entering a time here with both of these together that there is this fast movement on whatever you focus your energy on. So if you focus on the lower vibrational things, those come in fast. If you focus on higher vibrational things, those come in fast. So definitely there's this empowering energy during your life right now. Maybe it's the Leo energy. I know I had a I think it was just a VD maybe, and reading a little earlier where this is the time frame where you've got this energy, this like all the planets are in alignment with whatever you focus on does happen fast, does come fast into your life. So I like it. This is what they want you to know right now is be very aware of where you're focusing your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, especially because that's the ones, and your actions, because whatever you focus on multiplies very fast. It brings things in very fast, whatever your focus is. So I'd like it for you, doll face Steve. You get to play with it and see what it brings in for you. All right. So many, many blessings for you. That's what they have. And Aisha, you are up next. Let me take a sip here. All right. So you'd like a love reading. Let's see what spirit wants you to know right now. All right. Well, you got two threes coming in here. So I like this. One, be true to your authentic self. Don't try to be who you think someone else thinks that you think that they think that you think blah, blah, blah should be, right? This is about you being true to you. Express yourself, allow your creativity come out. Don't fear letting people down or losing people's support, because in you being true to your authentic self, you do draw love to you. So it'd be like not looking for love, but expressing your love, like living your passion. What do you want to do? You know, an example that I haven't used in a while, but it's like if you love pottery and you want to learn pottery, you go to a pottery class or to a pottery place where you can, you know, do pottery and use their kiln and whatever. And that's where you meet them because you're doing something you love. They're doing something they love. And you're like, sparks fly. And that's what I feel happens here because you've got the major arcana three, the Empress, which starts off Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, allowing your creativity to flow, which brings new birth, which brings passion, sensuality that comes in. So, this is how love comes in for you here. It's by doing things that you love, not pursuing love. It's like, well, my passion, my passion is being on online dating sites trying to find love. That's my passion. It's like, no, that's not your passion. You're trying to find love um, the way that we are taught to find love, right? But when you do things your heart truly loves, that brings you joy, that makes your heart feel full, then that's where you meet them. So that's what's coming in for you, Aisha. So many blessings to you. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And yep, VD, I did complete yours a while ago. So yours is done. I'm not sure quite when though. Maybe half hour, maybe 45 minutes. You were you were after double, triple, quadruple X and before Queen 707. I don't think I had any donations in between, but maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes ago. All right. And so I left off. Hey, Jessa. I don't see a question from you, but hello, hello to you. And then after that was Artie, Aarti. Hey, and he wanted to know Yash's feelings for you, your crush's next actions. Oh, let's take a look here. Oh, all right. Well, these two came flying out here. Wow. So I feel like they are in a really interesting place in their life right now, Artie. I don't feel like they have a whole lot of love flowing for themselves. So they don't have a whole lot of love and emotion flowing out of them. I feel like the temptation card is like Saturn, Capricorn energy. It's the shadow energy that has them really looking at all of these fears, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, and all of this rules. I feel like they're under a lot of stress of trying to live up to a lot of things regarding work and love and family. And I mean, it just the nine of air, the nine of swords is like the nightmare and insomnia card, which I feel like I want to speed up and talk a lot really, really fast, and that they got so much going on. And blah, 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 blah. I just feel like they're surrounded like a swarm of expectations and a swarm of activity, but it's happening in their life right now because it's like their foundations are being shaken up and rattled to show them all the fears they have of letting people down that's been caged. And so they their heart has been caged, and the point of time in their life right now is happening on purpose for that to be shaken so they can realize that the door to the cage has always been open. They just didn't realize there was a door and that they could step out of this oppression that they feel like they're under in their lives. So right now, you want that to happen because you don't want them to enter into a relationship feeling caged, because what happens when people enter into a relationship feeling caged is they wanna get out of it. They wanna get out of everything because they feel that all this oppression, even though it's nothing we're doing, they came in to it caged. And so you don't want a caged heart, you want a free heart to come in, and this is what's going on with them right now. Just give them a little bit of time for them to set their heart free, and then we can see what they truly are feeling. Because right now, their heart has been silenced by all the noise in their head of all that stuff. So that's what's coming in right now, Artie. So hang in there. So that's what's coming on. All right. And so, Clover, you will be my next free reading. But Jordan, thank you so much. I did just get your Cash App that came through here. All right. And I do see your question there. So we'll take a look and see who is coming towards you. What does Spirit want you to know here? Dun, dun, dun. Thank you for your donation. Appreciate it. All right. Well, I do want all those three too. All right. So that's an interesting just the way they're organized. I haven't seen the cards yet. Just want to clarify. You're like, oh, no, it's just, okay. And then those three like that. Okay. Well, you have interesting configuration. You have like a card, a card, a card, and then three cards, and then a card, a card, a card. So it's like whatever this is that's headed towards you is creatively interesting. Even three cards, three cards, three cards, and three stacks of cards, all this new beginning, this new birth. The cards, I mean, just the configuration of the cards is very interesting. And this is what they're bringing forward. There's a lot of newness, a lot of new birth, a lot of creativity in how it's coming forward in a new way, in an interesting way, in an odd way. So, yay! We always like that, right, Jordan? So, who's coming towards you in love? Someone who's very odd. Let's see here. All right. Well, we like this. We've got the three of water, which is joy, celebration. Oh, it it's in a group. So it starts off with a group of people, like a gathering, or like just individuals who come together here. We've got the eight of air, which is movement. It's like removing your blinds, your bounds, your thoughts and beliefs that have made you feel trapped and restricted before. They're saying, don't, um, this is you letting go and flowing with whatever this is that's happening, because the Two of Wands is whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And if you limit it, then you'll miss out on this relationship coming up. It'll delay it for a while. And I feel like maybe you have, like, if there's a big group of friends or a gathering, and you're like, normally you have this rule of no, I don't date anyone, or I don't allow myself to feel anything for this group of individuals. It's like, well, you might want to question that. That's like spirits going, just just try not to have too many rules around the who and those types of things. Yeah. And again, we've got the three coming in here with, so you've got the king of air, the king of, that rules over thought and belief and mindset. And all the kings are given a second portion of air, which is about overthinking. And again, they're saying, uh, let go of expectations of the rules, because six of fire is this being seen, victory, it flows forward. And the three of fire, the three of wands, is you choosing to go a different direction than you normally would have. And it does end up in this wonderful, this normally has a wreath, and you're seeing, you have this victory, this type of feeling that comes in here. So it does say that things work out. It doesn't end up being the fiasco that you think it would be, if all this makes sense for you right now. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like I see why now they wanted to present it the same thing three different ways, just to bring it home. Not that we're stubborn, Jordan, because we're not, right? I know. Spirit starts off with a ruler going, happen to have a ruler here. They're going, "Hey, bruddaZEN, pay attention. Look at over here. Look at over here." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? I don't want to look over there." And then it becomes, a bigger stick, and then it becomes a two by four, right? But it's always for me is how they get my attention. I'll have to tell you guys some stories some days, because there's been things in my life where, like, in front of a church of 1,000 or more people, Spirit had a message that came through to a pastor that they spoke to me, and I wasn't even a part of their congregation. I was visiting with a friend. I lived 2 hours away, didn't know any of these people, but this pastor had a message for me. And so it's like, wow. And people are like, "Wow, what an amazing experience." And I'm like, I don't think most people have to have that loud of a message. So don't feel bad if you don't have to have it. Maybe you guys listen to subtle messages. I needed them, like, on a microphone in front of a whole bunch of people. "Hey, you haven't been listening. The creator has something to tell you." Oh, yeah, go ahead." So I like it. Cool. I do see your additional donation. So this, of course, we've got the nine of fire, which represents the boundary that we had before, keeping, you know, us from moving forward. And here's the four of fire, this beautiful celebration, this joy, this gathering that brings in this beautiful new adventure. The Fool card, leaving old cycles behind, enjoying this new adventure that's open and free, with that. So I like it. So we definitely have this adventure full free of these expectations, free of all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, that allows you to have this love adventure for sure. So I like that coming in there. Um, oh, okay, yeah, and we'll take a look here to see if the that individual has let go. So I like this for you. um, what an adventure! I know, and it's like it's so freeing for you though. So I like it. I know it feels like a little uncomfortable, not scary. just uncomfortable because it does feel a little bit about letting go of control, right? And we're like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's just try this. Let's give it a go. I will allow it for once. And that's the great thing about control is, it's like when I used to train my representatives on the escalated call line that I used to manage. And I'm like, you know, customers get upset because they feel out of control. So you can allow them to feel in control, knowing that any moment you could say something that would totally escalate them, right? So there's this power that comes in with it. So I like it. You're welcome, VD. All right. So let's take a look here, Jordan, on that Aries. Let's see what they want you to know about the Aries here. And then divinely protected. I did get your donation, so you'll be up next. All right. What else about this Aries? Okay. 3 and 3. Do you think there's three more cards? No, I think there's only 3 and 3 for them. They're like, no, no more for them. Wow. I definitely see the fire here of Aries because we've got the messenger of fire, which is the Knight of Wands. We've got the Eight of Fire. These two together alone are like the energy of fire and movement and like consumption. I feel like they've on the outside they've moved on. This reminds me of a like a forest fire or a grass fire. A grass fire feels more apt for this. I don't know why. But a grass fire just consumes and it moves forward. It can't move back because the fuel is consumed. It only knows to go forward. It doesn't know how to go backward because it can't. It's like I have nothing to consume backwards. I constantly have to be moving forward, go, 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 go. So it lets go of its by nature, this individual, this Aries, because they're just like, it's all about what's next. I can't look backwards. It's all about what's next. We've got the Queen of Water here. And the reason I said on the outside, because the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups, she rolls over water. And she's also given a second portion of water, which allows her to dive deep. So, way, way subconsciously, there's a lot of stuff that's going on here. And they stuff a lot of emotions. They like, no, I can't think about it. Stuff, move forward. Stuff, move forward. Stuff, move forward. That's like bend the pattern. Eventually they'll explode because they can't yeah, and here we go. They can't do that forever. We got the Five of Fire, which is the conflict of their fire energy, and the King of Fire, So again, a lot of fire energy. Eventually they'll have to face it. Um, but I don't feel you want to be around for it because it's like when it explodes, it's just going to be a mess because they've got the Six of Water, nostalgia, a lot of emotion that's going to have to be dealt with. And uh, so, yeah, I feel like they let go. They've let go in the physical world, like I said, but they've stuffed a lot that's down below in in their heart, you know, in their subconscious, right? Stuff, 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 go, go, go. So they've let go on the outside because they have to consume next what's next, but it's all pushed down underneath the surface. So I feel like you get it. You understand it all. And again, it's like spirits going, you do not want to be around when the sewer the sewer it's like the New York City sewer lines explode, but it's like no, you want to be out of town. So almost considered a blessing. It's like you've learned what you needed to learn, reflect on what you can reflect on, but look forward to this next piece of your journey here. All right, and that's what they have for you right now, Jordan. And again, thank you so much for your double donations there. And so, as we said here, we've got the donation coming in here for Divinely Protected. So you'll be up next. Seely, I don't think I've gotten to yours yet. Let's see here. Just want to do a check in and on time here. Oh, I've got about an hour before I need to head out. So we've got for free readings up next, we got Clover, Cheery, Jessa, J Gems, and then Seely. So I got a little bit more to go there. And then if there's people after that, like I think I see Snea, Rhonda, Nature. I think that's it so far. So not too many. Um, but that's what we have. So there we go. All right. You are welcome, Jordan. You get it. You're like, yes, it's like being in the front row at a Gallagher. Do you guys remember Gallagher? He's the one that we used to like take watermelons and stuff, and people would have plastic and it would just explode and hit them. The good old days, right? All right. So, Divinely Protected, thank you so much for your donation. And so we'll take a look here at your question. You want Psychic Tarot and a few regular. So let's take a look here. How to move past this current stage. Okay, nope, none of those. Okay. That is your Psychic Tarot. And then let's pull a few regular tarot. Hope everyone's had a wonderful week. Here it is, Friday. All right, and you got 4 regular tarot. So let's take a look here. Wow. Short and sweet on the Psychic Tarot. I might pull one more card because these are very, very short. Of course, heart chakra, focus in on the heart, balance your heart chakra here. Like I said, the chakra ones are like a little bit of it's I love is the key word. And parallel to the heart, this chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between your mind, your body, and your soul. So, balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned with spirit. So we definitely have that, and then all these colors are green too. So you got a lot of green. I do want to pick another Psychic Tarot here for you, but let's see what they have here. Yeah. So they do have the Page of Water, which would be the higher love, the chalice, the new chalice being offered to you, and seeking this connection with this higher and higher and higher love, free of all conditions, right? It's eternal and unconditional love. And there's some movement here. I mean, we've got movement from pain coming in here. We've got, of course, the lovely 3 of air, the 3 of swords, which represents fear of heartbreak, fear of disappointment, fear of failure. And we got the 6 of air, which is leaving behind these 3 and moving and changing our mindset to one that's more rooted in the higher love that is, the capital T truce, rooted in that unconditional love. Got the Five of Earth, the Five of Pentacles too, which represents, it starts off feelings of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, um, you know, and feelings of lack. And it's this wonderful journey of connecting to the spirit world, building this trust that I'm always going to have everything I need in this moment. We're taught these feelings of abandonment by humans, right? Because when we depend on a human being for our love and support and our essence and sustenance in each moment, we're sorely disappointed that Three of Swords, right? Because humans, when they go into fight or flight mode, they will abandon you. They will pull the rug out from underneath you, take the shirt off your back because I need it for me to survive. They go into survival mode when they're not in their right mind, when they're in their fear mind, right? Because they're not in that place of unconditional love and compassion and intelligence. When we go into our cat mind and the 2-year-old mind, we hiss and attack, hiss, run away, and grab everything we can for ourselves. That's where that's taught. But when we realize it's not mankind, these humans, that bring us what we need in each moment, we develop this beautiful trust that you're going to make sure I have everything I need in each moment. You've never let me down up to this point in my life. You never will let me down because you have eternal, unconditional love for me. You don't go into fight or flight mode. Spirit creator does not. They have endless resources. They want to give us what we need in each moment and extra too, because that's how they are. They want to give us more than just the bread and water to survive. They want to give us treats and wonderful things too. But when we're looking to humans to bring us things, we're going to feel abandoned. But when we build this trust, it changes things. And so I feel like there is part of all that coming in here. And I do want to pull like another psychic tarot. It's an important message, the heart chakra. But I also feel like we get cheated out of it's like that's a small card. I want like a card with more. So we are going to pull another one. Very important message, though. I do not want to um, degrade the heart chakra message. Yeah. Well, then we get the two. I think this is the Two of Swords. Which door? Which door do I choose? I like this card. I think this is the Two of Swords. No, Two of Pentacles. So this card indicates a time of movement. Significant changes and choices must be made. With hard work, great effort, and determination, you have the ability to juggle all the demands that are in front of you. Whether they concern money, business decisions, or other projects, it's important to stay flexible and focused. You don't have to do it alone. Reach out for the best advice and assistance. In addition, a financial union or partnership may present itself to you. The more time you take to make these vital decisions and choices, the longer it will be before you can move towards your goals in the physical material world. The changes that are emerging aren't some random acts or coincidences. They're all part of a positive and larger scheme. Notice the connections with everything, as this will enable you to avoid future problems and conflicts. So I like that. There's like this trust that there's a bigger plan, that things do unfold. But I feel like all these other messages that came in help you with that direction because this heart chakra energy really helps. So that is what they have for you, divinely protected. Hopefully that brought you the clarity you needed in this moment. I know the journey, trust the journey. No. All right. So that is what they have. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Then we left off with Clover. So Clover, you want to know, will you meet Mate soon? let's take a look here. I feel like with you've got, two swords cards here. You've got the 10 of swords and the 2 of swords. The 10 of swords is letting go of a lot of expectations, trying to live up to things. And the 2 of air is close your eyes and open your heart. So the what's keeping you guys from meeting soon is a lot of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. The 10 of air is like there's so many fears of failure, so many fears of losing conditional love, this fears of rejection, that it's actually is what's keeping the heart from moving forward. There's this lower vibrational energies of fears that are anchoring and slowing down movement forward. So I feel like you're at a place of the 10 with the 10 is the endings and new beginnings where you're like, I'm just sick and tired of worrying about all this stuff. I just want to have stuff, move forward, not fearing all of this. So I feel like if you'll let the the 2 of air is like the choosing the story. If you will change the energy of your story, if you'll focus on what you're grateful about, Mate, or your life, or love, or whatever you have to be grateful for in your life, it changes the energy. It allows the focus to change from the fears of rejection to the gratitude of life, and it allows your life to change, the energy around your life to change as well. And if Mate is what's for your highest good, if you're focused on gratitude, they'll be drawn in. If they're not, then you will draw in what is meant for you, which will be something even more greater than you could have imagined. So I feel like this is the message they have for you right now, Clover. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Dollface Diva. You have a wonderful day too. All right, Cheery. Oh, no. So, before I answer your question, Cherry, I am not a licensed professional, so I cannot determine if it's mental illness. Um, so, we always have to say here in the United States, tarot is designed for entertainment purposes, and just check out the disclaimer in the description box of the video about seeking professional assistance for determining medical, mental, financial, legal, whatever. Uh, and so we'll pull cards now. I have no doubt that this uh, you're feeling so much deja vu because of your spiritual journey. I don't feel like it's mental here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you did get the mental card here. No. You've got the 2 of earth and the 2 of water. The 2 of cups represents an important relationship here, but this is you in spirit. This can be you and your higher self, this relationship that's growing. Because the 2 of earth, the 2 of pentacles is also the balancing of the higher realm with the lower realm. And the king of air, they do roll over, our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. But the king also is the master of thought. And because all kings are given a second portion of air, but they have the ace of swords, which allows them to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm while also cutting away the beliefs and thoughts of the, human side. So all of this tells me that you've been cutting away and connecting to the higher realms, bringing in this relationship, and the deja vus, especially with your dream world that you have. My goodness, I'm surprised that you. Um, I'd be surprised if you weren't having deja vu, because I feel like the connection that you're having in your dream time, they show you glimpses of things that are to come. And the deja vu is because you've dreamt it and you're like, this feels familiar. It's because you have dreamt it, most likely, but also with connection to spirit, because they're outside of space and time. You, as we live our lives, it's almost like we remember it happening, because it really already has happened in some way. It's hard for our human brain to comprehend that all existence has happened already. Um, Spirit can move like when we pass and we're back on the other side and we've withdrawn from this human body, we can go back and live life as if it's all happening at the same time. It's not linear where time it's more happening all at the same time, and we can jump into all existences all at the same time and experience it all over again. So hopefully that helps, but I don't feel like it's mental. I just feel like it has to do with your dream world and your connection to spirit. So it's a lot of times we'll have the deja vu because it's an important thing for us to remember in the moment. Like, what am I learning through this? What aha um, is happening? Because it's like, if you ever have like, I don't know if there's anything in the outside world. I know, like when in work or maybe YouTube, like you can loop things. Like you have little markers where there's important things to come back to. And that's kind of what happens with spirit, if that makes sense. So I think you get it. So that's what's coming through, Cheery. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. I'm going to try to get through as many readings as I can. I do need to leave in about 38 minutes for an appointment. So, just to keep everyone in the loop with timing here. All right. So, we're getting into where I did donations. Let me just make sure I'm not skipping over anyone. Okay. So, we already did that one. Okay. And Nusa, we took care of that one. All right. So, Jessa, I believe you are up next here for your reading. And why did your employer terminate you and doesn't want you to come back or give even a small consideration? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on. Of course, there's going to be a human reason, but there's also going to be a spiritual reason, right? A higher reason that's behind the scenes and below the surface, right? Um, yeah. So the Hermit card here tells me that, this is the spiritual thing. You're being guided inward and upward, and they're taking you on a different path here. That's going to be the Chariot card is movement, and it is victory too. And you got the King of Earth. So two major arcana, which tells you this is an important time in your life, but it's leading you into something that's even more beneficial for you. And you'll be happy for it eventually, but just know that this is happening for you and not to you. That we are tower moments and different things. People are moved out of our lives, jobs are moved out of our lives for us to make space for something that's more in alignment for our journey and our life and to clear our path for us to move forward. So they're not telling me why this particular employer did it, but it's when people make stupid choices. This is what your spirit guides are saying. When people make stupid choices, it's usually because they were in fear, or intimidated, or there was something that was um, sparking within their inner child that was making them feel unsafe or out of control. So they had to do something, and so just know that they're acting as an agent of spirit for you, because it's almost like if you're in an abusive relationship and you won't leave it out of fear, spirit will move you and have things happen so you will move in the direction that's for your greater good and your higher experience. So realize that, okay, this wasn't about you, this was for you. And you're like, yeah, because that I was not going to go anywhere there. And I have something that's more in alignment with where I'm going to find support. I'm going to find even higher income, something that makes my heart sing and I'm more joyful. So don't look backwards, look forwards. They don't even want to tell you like what was going on in the mind. Like, oh, we just made them do something because we needed you to move forward. And you wouldn't move forward on your own. This was done for you by your higher self and your spiritual entourage. So it is for you, Jessa. So look for the new opening, the new door opening, because that one was closed for you. So I like it. I like it. All right, and that's what they have for you. You're very welcome, divinely protected. And Mary, thank you so much for your donation. So let me see, where am I left off here? So SK, oh nope, we already, I think we already answered that one here. Yeah, because you made a donation. So sorry. Let me just make sure where I'm going to be coming back here. So, J Gems, you will be my next free reading here in a moment. So, Mary, thank you for the donation. And you want to know, will you meet a new love interest in August to the event you're going to? Ooh, all right. Let's take a look here. See what Spirit wants you to know. Will you meet a new love interest? Anything else? All right. So 2, 1, and 2. All right. Wow, you got a lot of fives here. Um, I don't feel like it's gonna be a love interest. We got the Ace of Fire, which is kind of like this attraction and this wand, but the Five of Air, it represents mental conflict. Like there's just some conflict with communication. So I feel like there's this passion, and maybe there's like some, how like when two people are uh kind of not bickering, but they're just like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and people are like, you guys get a room." The sexual tension is like, oh my God. Well, that's kind of what I feel happens, is like there's this conflict, but I don't feel like it doesn't end in love. If anything happens, it's purely, you know, a one-time type of thing. I don't feel like it results in love. So if it's not something you want, then just realize it doesn't end up going anywhere with that, because you got the Five of Earth. There is some stuff that you're working on here with the Five of Earth. Are feelings of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, feelings of lack. And so there's some deep-seated stuff that can be looked at here, um, that can use some transformation, because the five of air coming in too is about some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that could use transformation, because ultimately you also have on the other side of the Five of Pentacles the Eight of Air, the Eight of Swords, which is, through this situation, you really are seeing yourself here um, of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel restricted and trapped and bound in the past. And the Two of Air is allowing you to close your eyes to all of these things and open your heart more. So I feel like that you don't find a love interest at the event that you're going to in August. I feel like it does bring up things that you can work through, that does eventually free you to where your heart can choose someone, and it opens things up um, for you there. But I don't feel like there's love that pops in. Attraction, obviously, but not like love that comes in. Yeah, you're very welcome. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hey Rishi, welcome, welcome. You can ask when I'm free readings. I'm making my way down. I'm only going to be on for 30 more minutes. I might be able to get that far. But anyone making donations, I do prioritize those and I will complete that. Um, so that's how that works for right now. All right. And we are down to J Gems. So, J Gems, what are Callum's intentions towards you? Let's take a look here. All right. So we've got this emperor, which is Aries energy, and we have the calling, which is also this calling of their higher self. So I feel like, these intentions that are coming in feel very, this is Aries energy of feeling authoritative, making decisions for them, not listening to other people's thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So I feel like they want to see things from a different perspective and they're wanting to kind of step forward, but I don't feel like they have total understanding of what their intentions are yet. I feel like they've lived a lot under the thumb of people. And so I feel like they're in this process in their life where they're learning to choose what they're wanting instead of what everyone else wants for them or what they should do, supposed to do, need to. It's like an emperor who's in a uh, uh, what is it, as a throne room. It's like thinking where the kingdom is at. The throne room where they have a lot of advisors whispering in their ear of all the requirements. This is what the kingdom needs and blah blah blah. And they're like, "Ugh." Then eventually they just tell everyone, all right, clear the throne room. I'm going to make the decisions. And I feel like they're in this trying to figure out what decision they want to make because they've always try to do what they felt everyone else wanted them to do, if that makes sense. And that calling is their higher self, calling them to look at things differently, get out of your head and make decisions on your own. And I feel like they're in this little pivotal place in their life, J Gems. I don't feel like they know what they want yet. They're figuring things out. So that's the energy of right now. So I know, right? Well, I don't know what's gonna happen. We can check another day, but that's what's coming in. So, many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now, J Gem. So, many blessings to you. All right. And then Seely, Sabia, you are up next. So, you wanna know, how does A and T feel and perceive about you? Okay. All right, let's take a look here and see what we'll pull a card for A and a card for T. So for A, and then here is T. Well, T gets two cards. There must be a combo. All right. So I feel A, they are in the chariot card here, which they have this movement and this victory. So I feel like that with A, you will be have this energy with them that's positive because this is victory. But there's a lot of choices that they're making. I feel like they just have a lot going on in their life and they're making a lot of decisions mentally, emotionally, energetically, in the physical world. And I feel like that they're just inundated. And that's why you feel like maybe that you're falling, drifting apart. They're just very, very busy, have so much going on, but I feel like that does change as things balance out. So I feel with A, you that's fine there. I feel T is where there's a lot of thinking. They're overthinking things, and that's where a lot of the conflict, their energy of conflict is coming in here. And I feel like with this, they have fears that are really ruling over things, but they're seeing things in a fearful way. Their little inner child is feeling unsafe and out of control. And that's where the fire is happening. The fight or flight is kicking in for him there. So if this I feel is like where the other one, I don't feel like you can do much besides try to help them with everything that's going on in their life, but I feel like they've got choices to make and they have to make those choices. So A, kind of just have to let that work itself out. But T, I feel like whatever you can do to make their inner child feel safe and in control allows them to get back into their compassionate, loving, right mind instead of like a 2-year old with a hissing cat there. So you have to kinda let it work itself out, it will, and T, I feel like in order for that to happen, whatever these fears are that they have going on, um, you almost have to approach them like a don't treat them like a 2-year-old because that will piss them off. But, um, you can, um, approach them with unconditional love and support. Don't try to prove them wrong. Don't try to prove you're right. It's all about how can you make them feel safe and how can you allow them to feel in control for now. That'll help them get back into their right mind, and that will help bond there. I just feel like they both just have like their lives exploded in different ways. One exploded in good ways. They got so much decisions to make, so much going on. You just have to let that dust settle. But T girl, I feel is like something in their life made them feel unsafe and out of control. And I don't feel like it has to do with you. I just feel like when a little 2-year-old gets activated, they just want to, they do things out of their minds trying to feel in control again. So hopefully that helps. All right. Celie, that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Meg, you will be up next here. All right, J Gems, thank you. All right, and Katon, if you want me to reply fast, you can make a donation. Otherwise, I go down in order, first come, first serve. Everyone, you have to get in line to wait, or if you make a donation, then you are prioritized. Otherwise, it's the waiting game, and I hope you understand. All right, Meg. Hey! So will the Scorpio Mel ever reach out to you even though there's a third party? All right, let's take a look here. Well, we've got this um the temptation card is the devil, is the shadow card. They got a lot going on in their head, for sure, which makes sense. Scorpio, they have a lot of thinking that they can do around things. I feel like eventually maybe, there will be some communication, but they just got so much going on in their head. They have the 8 of air, which is movement of thought. So they are learning of what of their own thoughts and beliefs are, you know, have made them feel bound and trapped and restricted in the past. But they've got all this, they got a huge shaking and rattling of the world going on. I feel like once things rattle out, I just feel like the world is gonna be different when they finish that rattling and shaking that's going on there. I just feel like their whole world is just shaking, this whole belief and thought and everything. I almost feel like after it all happens, there's not gonna be a third party, but I feel like they're gonna be in a completely different place where, uh, I just I don't feel like there's gonna be a connection there, Meg, quite honestly. I just feel like with everything that's happening, um, I almost feel it's funny. Yeah, they've got Ace of Fire. They have a new passion, a new desire for their life. It's it's what reason I'm laughing is because they're showing to me in my head just how it's like they find religion. Um, like is the example they give where because they're showing me some movie. I can't remember what movie it is, but it's like like, "Oh, finally they're available and now I can date them," and they're just like, "Well, no, I'm gonna go become a priest." And they're just like, "What?" It's that kind of significant change in their life, like, they just totally and I don't feel like it's the true it's like they're feeling like, "This is what I have to do to make up for my life," but I don't know if it lasts forever, but I feel like that's the kind of thing that happens, and you're just like, okay, I'm not going to invest my energy in this. I'm going to head off in my own direction. Is kind of what I feel spirit is going. Yeah, don't wait. Don't hang around. Don't put your life on hold. Go live your life. It's going to be, you don't want to delay your life for that, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in, Meg. They're funny. Your spirit guides, too funny. All right. And let's see, we answered those. Oh, thank you so much, Snea. If you're still here, the little background, it's one of my favorites. I've had it for decades. I won't get rid of it. All right. And Marie Jones, I believe you are up next here. Um, yeah, I feel like that yeah, I don't feel Seely, sorry, I just saw your down below. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you. T doesn't have anything to do with you. I feel like it's something in their outside world that sparked, and you're getting the repercussions of this fear that's been ignited. So I don't feel it's you. All right. So Marie, I am well. I hope you're well. You like a career reading for August. So let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, you got some shaking and some rattling going on here. I like it for you overall because the Nine of Swords, the Nightmare Insomnia card means that you are ready to let go of a lot of expectations and you're just kind of sick and tired of doing the same old, same old. The Five of Water also is the three spilt cups, and we come here to experience this, but when you're ready, you can make a choice that's more in alignment with your heart. Keep on feeling that. It's like leaving behind the old thinking supposed to, should, need to, have to. I want to do the responsible thing. What will people think if I, you know, it's like when I left corporate life from a job almost making 100 grand a year. The first time I left to pursue spirituality, people were like, "Well, how can you do that?" And I'm like, "Because just it's not fulfilling. It's not, my heart isn't singing. I'm existing. I don't feel like I'm living." And so I wanted to get out of that management and get out of all that stress and get out of all that and live my dream instead of exist. And I feel like that's where you're headed toward, and what spirit is nudging you toward is um, living and not existing. So that is what is coming in for you, Marie. So I'm excited. It sounds freeing. All right. So, Kakana Das, will you clear the Convolut exam tomorrow? How will your exam go? All right, let's take a look here and see what advice Spirit has here for you. All right, anything else? All right, no, just one here. Well, you got the Queen of Fire. So, Queen of Fire, I like this because the Queen of Fire has her power, she has her energy. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands for you. So it's in your hands. It's not like destined, which is great because what this tells you is you have access and you have the ability. She gets stuff done. She's able to move things forward. So if you focus on being calm and you focus on knowing you have the ability, you don't go into fight or flight mode. You know, you've got all this information, you've got all of this stuff you've studied and heard all in your subconscious, which you can access if you're in your right mind. How we go into the unright mind is when we go into fear. So if we focus our energy on our fears, then our fears expand. And what happens is we ignite and we actually get out of our intelligent brain and we go into our fight or flight survival mode, which does not want to think. And what happens, that's when you have test anxiety or you have people have stage fright or freeze in interviews because we're gone. We're fearing an outcome. And now a little 2-year-old and the pet cat are in charge. Not it bumps out our intelligent side of ourselves. So if you can do things, whatever you can do to calm yourself before you go there, meditate, trust, get into that place. And if you feel anxiety rising up, do breathing deep breaths. Hold it and then release. Either if you can do it through your nose, do it through your nose. If you can't, do it through your mouth. And that will help bring you back to your mind so you have access to your brilliant mind. So they're saying you have possibilities of doing very, very well because you have your ability, but where you focus your energy is what happens. And you have control over bringing yourself back to calm, bring yourself back to peace. So I like that for you, Kankana. So many blessings, and you don't need good luck. Just calm down and you'll do fine. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So, and then I believe, so we already answered that for Meg. So, Rhonda. Hello, my friend. So, you are here. Let me just get my mouse working here. Scroll. There we go. Um, so is P what is next for you in general life? Let's take a look here. So we've got the Six of Fire, which is victory and being seen, and the Ten of Earth, this feeling of fulfillment and wholeness. This usually has a couple with children and a dog and house and money. So it does feel like this is a very positive individual here for you in your life. It brings you this feeling of victory. It brings you this feeling of wholeness in your life as well. I don't see love. I don't see, um, I see passion, equal passion here. Uh, Outside worldfulness, the heart, I don't feel here yet. It starts off as passion, but it does make you feel full, here. So it definitely is something that, I feel is a positive thing that brings you this fullness, brings you what you need next in life. I don't feel long-term type of energy there yet. I just feel like there it brings you these feelings, this awareness around things. I still feel like your heart, you're opening up more and more and more to your self-love. I feel is the like the focus, but I feel like this is I don't want to say a nice distraction, but it feels like there's this equal give and receiving passion and it makes your life feel full on the outside world. But I still feel like your heart is still wanting, and that's what you're finding from your higher self right now. So hopefully that helps, Rhonda. And that is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Yeah, Meg, I did complete yours already. All right. Nature 133. So you'd like a career reading. All right, let's take a look here. And I'm only going to be on for about 10 more minutes. So I'm trying to get through as many as I can, but I do need to head out for an appointment. So I can't stay longer than that today. But I will be back tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So, all right, career reading. You definitely have this change coming up here with the transformation, death and rebirth. And the five of air tells you that you're kind of going back and forth in your mind between two different things. I feel like one is, well, this is what I should do, and the other one is what you want to do. And I feel like this rebirth that's coming in here, it's this energy that's coming in, especially Leo energy that's coming tomorrow, is this fire, this beginning, this newness, the stepping forward and doing what you're wanting to do here. I just feel like this it's like one is a dead end and one is a freeway that takes you on a country ride of enjoyment, and it's like don't keep doing and going the direction that you've always gone before that feels like the right thing to do. It's not like what I want to do, it's the right thing to do. Dead end, follow your heart. I like it. I almost feel like it's the two of swords on steroids, which is Close your eyes really tight, get out of your head and into your heart, and follow your heart. All right, so that's what they have there for you. All right, and maybe we completed that. All right. So Catan, we are to you. Yay. So will you be getting into college for medicine? Let me make sure you didn't ask anything else here. Okay, very good. You know, Meg, I can't remember. I've been on for almost 3 hours. I feel like it was maybe an hour ago ish. I've lost track at this point. So sorry. All right, Catan, let's take a look here. Mm. So Catan, we've got the patience card is the temperance card. I feel like you get into college eventually. There's some it's like trusting the process. You have the 6 of pentacles here, which the 6 of pentacles does tell you about some out of balanced belief systems about what you are worthy to receive. Check out my Take 10 with Zen. Um, I've got a it talks in I think it was the 5th episode. Here, I'm gonna post here the one that just came out this morning. But if you'll which helps too. If you listen to episodes 4, 5, and 6, they're like less than ten minutes or less each. But I feel they'll give you awareness around fate and what you can do to release these things because I feel like you are destined to get into medical school, but I feel like there's some stuff inside that needs to be released to allow these force fields to drop to allow it in. So check out episodes 4, 5, and 6 of those, and I feel like they'll give you some great tools for that, Catan. So enjoy, or should I say Dr. Catan? So I like it for you, but uh, there's some stuff that needs to happen first before you do that. All right. So many blessings to you. And so we completed those, completed that. All right. All right. I think we're getting to the bottom here. All right. So Rashi 00000, if you're still here, you want to know a yes or no question. So we'll see yes or no for you here. All right. Is the earth flat? 3 of fire, which is it's funny, it's like the edge of the world. Ah! This is 3 of fire is a change of direction, a change of your focus here. The world, the no, the world is not flat. It is, round and round and round and round. It is spherical, for sure. So, this is like change your direction of your energy where you're investing it. But it's funny because they're like, if because they're saying if the world was flat, we would have boats that fall off. So that's funny that they brought that particular card in there for you. And it's 3 years, it's 3 of wands. They're like, you've invested enough energy in that. The answer is no, the earth is not flat. And now you can go on to other things. Too funny. All right, Rashi, that's what they have for you there. All right, we answered those. We answered those. All right. And Sahini, if you are still here, you can be my last question for today. Yeah, I don't think you already asked a question earlier. You are very welcome, Rashi. All right. So, I do need to leave in like 4 minutes. So, hey, Tanya, if you want to ask a quick question, now's the time to put it in there. Sahini, if you're still here, if you want to ask a question, put it in there as I wrap up here. So for everyone that's not aware, I do have a drawing every single Monday. And this is the video that announces what I'm giving away next Monday and how you can get into the drawing. Actually, I have a second video, a second recording I'm giving away. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in that. Also, I do have 50% off right now for the month of July for my Hedge of Peace and Love. That link will tell you what that is if you're interested in finding out more about it. And then also 50% off my personal recorded readings. So all of that information is there. How to book a reading, all of that information too is in the description box of the video. And then also each week I put out at least one pick a card. This week's was how can I transform my anger? I like it because it tells us we don't have to transform it, but when we're ready, if we want to, we can. And that pick a card talks about it. I also have a ton of other pick a cards on my main page. So if you want even more messages of love from above, a lot of free content there, including, and I had just posted this a moment ago, but I have a Take 10 with Zen, which this is the 6th week that I've been doing this, and I have a 10-minute video, it's 10 minutes or less, that talks about how to connect with spirit more, to who we really are, and I answer questions from my subscribers too. So be sure to check those out if you're interested in those. All that is free. All right, and Tanya, thank you for your question there. And I am going to be wrapping up the session. As I mentioned, I just need to go off to an appointment here. So I just need to prepare. And Mary. All right. Well, I do see here you have the 10 of water, which is emotional overflowing in abundance. So I feel like that you definitely do find happiness here. Just takes a little bit of time. The 7 of earth, 7 of pentacles is the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So it does take some time for that to come to fruition. So if you're in for the long haul here for a little while, you do find emotional fulfillment at the end of it. So that would tell me that this would be a either yes, you will, or you end up definitely the happy Buddha. So whatever unfolds, you definitely have when the fruit comes, you are very, very happy. So if for some reason it doesn't work out with them, just know that there's someone that is even more fulfilling for you. Let me just double check here and see, because that's in the back of my mind. I just want to know if they want you to do here. Well, you have the Ace of Air, which is about seeing things differently, seeing things from a higher perspective, and newness, new communication. I'm just going to pull another card here since I've got 1 minute left here. Getting snoopy and nosy. Queen of Water. This is trust your gut, trust your intuition. So I feel like you know in your heart of hearts if it's them or not. So you definitely know in your heart if it's them or not. So if you're like, well, it would be nice, but I don't feel like it is them, then just trust that you're going to be happy at the end of whatever this fruition is that comes in. So I do like it for you, Tanya. All right, everybody. I'm hitting the 1 o'clock here, and I'm going to need to head out, but I will be back in 6 hours for my evening session. Also, will be here Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and of course, excuse me, Saturday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time as well. Thank you guys again so much for the thumbs up that you give in the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. And please know, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there, you take care, and we'll see you soon.